All right, what's going on, guys? Graham G. and Matthews here with FanSided Daily DDT. And ahead of the Royal Rumble coming up this Saturday, January 29th, 8 p.m. on Peacock, we're talking to SmackDown superstar himself, Kofi Kingston. Kofi, what's going on, my man?
What's up, man? I thought you said the head of the Royal Rumble. I was like, oh, I like that moniker. Yeah, I'll book myself into being in there, entering last and leaving last. So, but that's not what you said. So, hello, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I mean, that sounds actually quite nice if you go along with the head of the table, head of the Royal Rumble. I think we got an appearance there from one of your sons there, right?
Yeah, here's Kai over here. You see, there he is. Yeah,
what's going on, man? Are you excited for the Royal Rumble too coming up on Saturday?
You didn't know that the Royal Rumble was on Saturday, actually. What? Did you know? You didn't know?
Yes, I did.
How'd you know?
Because remember, I heard about it in a few last interviews.
No, yeah, okay. He's been eavesdropping. We try to kayfabe him. You know what I mean? We gotta fabe him over here. Yeah.
Is it weird that the Rumble is on Saturday for you after being on a Sunday for, forever? I mean, it's probably been on a Saturday once before, but for the first time in decades, I think.
Oh, for sure. This might be, I don't know that it ever has been on a Saturday, not since I've been here. So yeah, it is. It's very strange. Like I looked at my schedule and actually my son has a
birthday party.
Yeah, no, this is Saturday coming up. Yeah. So I was looking at like he actually has like a doubleheader of football on Sunday, flag football. And I was like, oh man, these are like I think the last games of the season. I'm gonna miss them. And then I looked at my schedule and I was like, wait, my flight is saying that I'm going home on a Saturday. And I was really confused, but it's all good, man. I think regardless, St. Louis is such a hot town. And, with the Rumble is always such a hot event. So, it's going to be dope regardless, man. And, especially from the fact that we didn't really have any fans watching last year. And, for me in particular too, I was hurt last year, which a lot of people I don't think realize. But, I wasn't in the Rumble last year. So I'm itching to kind of get back, and I'm sure the people are itching to get back and see it too live.
Yeah, I don't know if lucky is the right word, but the one Rumble that you miss is the one without fans. I mean, obviously it was still a great Rumble and whatnot, but was that the first Rumble that you missed in your time at the company? I know you came in January of 2008. You weren't in the 2008 Rumble, but I think you had been in every other Rumble beyond that, right?
Yeah. It's the first one after I debuted, I wasn't in. I thought I was going to be in, but I wasn't included. And then, this last one was the first one that I missed in my, 12-year tenure at that time, 13-year. Oh my God, 20 years. But yeah, it was really strange actually, because obviously when people talk about Royal Rumbles, they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in there? Go. How are you gonna survive for elimination? Go. What are you gonna do? And I'm just like, I'd like to win, but it was definitely strange to not be a part of it last year. But if there's anyone that that I could choose to miss, it would probably have been last year. I know it was a unique experience for the people that got to perform in the ring at that point in time. But I don't know if it was unique in the right way.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
The Rumble in particular it hinges on the energy that the people bring to that arena, because, and I keep saying it, is that like this event is the one that people look forward to the most next to Mania. And even people who are like not necessarily like hardcore wrestling fans know what the Rumble is, and they know what's at stake, and they can go to the Rumble and just be like, oh, who's gonna come out? Oh, I remember that guy from my childhood. Well, and like people counting down legit like 30 times, 10 counts all the way. So it's a really, really interactive pay-per-view. And it's just one that people get so hyped for. So as a performer, you always want to be able to feel different levels of energy, and I feel like this time around is going to be just through the roof.
Dad,
so I'm really excited. You are not coming to the Royal Rumble. Sorry. Am I? Yeah, man, I'm gonna be there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the match. Like you said, it's crazy too, because we're going to be in St. Louis this year for the Rumble. 10 years, and I was speaking with Sheamus last week about how it was the 10-year anniversary of when he won the thing, but a lot of people forget that was the match that you started doing the crazy Rumble spot. So exactly 10 years today, same city and all. Pretty amazing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ooh, that might put. So ordinarily, I tell people like, I don't really put pressure on myself, but now that you go ahead and put that stamp on it, now that might be. I might need to start thinking of something to do. I don't know. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Time flies.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off what you just said, random side note, you talk about people counting down 30 times for the Royal Rumble. It's a kind of a wild concept. Obviously, it's just so natural to us at this point. It's exciting. I was watching the 2011 Rumble last night, the first and only ever 40-man Rumble. I know we had the 51 in Saudi Arabia, but as far as the Royal Rumble goes before, the only, 40-man that we've had. Do you like the concept of just 30? Like, would you like more people in it as far as like from a performer fan standpoint? What are your thoughts on that?
I think from a fan standpoint, you want to see as many people in there as possible. Obviously, having more people in there gives more people the opportunity to actually be in. So from like a performer standpoint, I feel like everybody who is on the roster should get a chance to be in the Rumble at some point in time. And you think that 30 spots is a lot when you start counting down all the people that are on the roster. Like, it really isn't that many spots. Then you start bringing in people who are not necessarily on the active roster, and those spots, like, they start getting taken up pretty quickly. So from that aspect, I think that I like it when there's more people in there. From a fan aspect, I think you want to see as many faces as you can in there, and then especially like the potential, which never really happens, but there's a potential that you could have like 40 people in there at the same time. You know what I mean? So like that like hype is like it's just a cool like angst to feel. Now, I mean, like realistically, you'd have to ask me also like where I would fall on that, like, that spectrum. Like if I was to come out first and then know that there's 40 people or 39 people to come out after me, it might be like, oh my God, this is like a huge mountain to climb. And obviously I'd be willing to do it, but it would kind of like theoretically lessen your odds to win, right? Like the more people that are in there, the less of a chance you have to win. So, I think, it kind of has its strengths and weaknesses to, the amount of people that you have in the match.
Yeah, pros and cons, absolutely. And of course, obviously, before the Rumble on Saturday, we got SmackDown on Friday. You're reuniting with Big E. Obviously, we've seen the New Day in a different form, you and Woods, up until recently. He's down with the injury for right now. You and Big E reuniting for the first time, just you two, since Extreme Rules 2020. So just about 2 years, which is crazy. Can you talk a little bit about how that reunion kind of came about and looking forward to that on Friday?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you saw the match between Madcap Moss. I almost called him Madcap Morgan for some reason. Like Captain Morgan, Madcap Morgan. I don't know why I almost said that. But, myself and Madcap Moss, who I think is, despite what a lot of people think and a lot of how people are like annoyed by him and his awful jokes, from a wrestling perspective, I think he's going to be pretty good, man. He's actually really solid in the ring. So I really enjoy kind of getting in there with some of the newer talent and mixing it up. But, at some point in that match, you might have missed it, but Corbin popped up on the apron. It wasn't quite like a 2-on-1 scenario, but Corbin was out there. Corbin, former champion, former king of the ring. He's got a presence out there. He's tall. He's bald now. Don't forget when his hair was like thinning. If you don't know about that version of Corbin, an aside, go look at that version of Corbin, see what he was. You know what I'm saying? And just say, wow, like he was holding on to his hair for all too long. So he finally shaved it, which was cool. But all that just to say he has a presence out there. And at some point in that match, Corbin jumped up on the apron, and I'm not one to make excuses, but it was a little bit distracting. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that he was out there. And I just knew that when we had our rematch, myself and Madcap, that Corbin was going to jump up again. So I called up E and I picked up the phone. I said, hey, or I picked up the phone and then I called him. I didn't call him and then pick up the phone. I picked up the phone and then I called him. And I said, E, if you can make your way down here just in case this, slimy character Corbin jumps up on that apron again and tries to distract me, I'd appreciate it if you could have my back, bro. And he said, bet, I'm going to be there, And then he showed up, you know what I'm saying? And then we were reunited. So, like you said, it's been a really long time since we have tagged as a tag team. Like us two, I think we've had a 6-man or a couple 6-mans over the past couple years, but it's been almost a year and a half, 2 years since we have tagged as a team. So now we finally get to do that on SmackDown, which will be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, it is amazing, number one, to see how far E has come in that 2-year period, because I feel like right before the pandemic, everybody was really pushing for E to be the one that got the push to get the chance to be the face of the company, just because I've said it in a billion different interviews. Like he has all the tools that it takes to be the face of the company. His strength, his size, his persona, his infection, infectiousness, his ability to move people when he picks up the microphone, just his ability to make you happy, make you laugh, and he can also make you scared and make you pee your pants if he wants to, because he is a very intimidating person when he wants to be, you know. So he has all the tools, and he showed that when he became the WWE champion. You saw him on NFL or college football weekends, like pretty much every week, fitting right in and looking like a freaking superstar, the superstar that he is, you know. So I'm so happy that that he was able to do that and prove exactly what we knew the whole time, that he was the you know, had the ability to be an incredible champion and the ability to be the face of our company and do our company proud, but more so do himself proud and get his due. You know, to see somebody get their due when they deserve it is amazing. So it's awesome to see, you know, like now we come back around, you know, and now I've leveled up, he's leveled up, and now we're combining forces once again to go up against Corbin and Moss on SmackDown. So yeah, it's going to be a dope match for sure. Like I said before, a lot of people like to hate on Corbin, a lot of people like to hate on Moss, but they are very good in the ring. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters. So we are always ones to rise to the occasion of a challenge. And I think it'll be a great challenge to go up against Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin.
Yeah, it's going to be a great prelude to the Royal Rumble. And you mentioned right there that the growth that all three of you guys, not just, you know, Big E, but yourself, Woods, have shown in the time that you guys came together 7-8 years ago, almost at this point, you know, come November anyway. It's wild. I mean, I know you tweeted the other day the gif of just saying 14 years, you know, the fact that you've spent 14 years on the main roster, which even longer in the company itself. What's your mindset then compared to now at this stage of your career, having accomplished it all, still doing cool things? What's the differences there, and similarities even?
Yeah, I think the main difference is I'm a lot more like comfortable and confident in being able to deliver every time I step in the ring. Not to say that I wasn't when I was young, but it was more like I was a lot more nervous. You know, I didn't really know like who I was. You know, I came out as Kofi Kingston, the Kingston, the Jamaican sensation, you know, I go on Trouble in Paradise, where the drama had right near the beach, you know, doing all that. And I was playing a character, so it was kind of like having to, like, I don't know, like play a role, because obviously I do not speak like that. You know, I don't speak in the patois at all, which a lot of people were you know, sad to find out when they did. But you know, now I get to go out there and just be myself without any kind of regret or timidness or like really any care about what anybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to go out there as a grown 40-year-old man and twerk, I'll go out there and I will twerk. I'll shake my hips and I will shake what my mama gave me, you know, and it's all good. You know, people will get online, you're not being serious, man. You should go out there and take things seriously. And they want to type all these messages and I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Versus back in the day, I might have like, you know, like taken into consideration like what people are saying and like tried to like appease a certain group of people here or there's people there. And I think now I've just become a lot more true to myself, and it is the most liberating thing. And I encourage people like outside of wrestling and in life in general, really what the New Day is all about, like at our core, is going out and having success while being true to yourself. That is paramount, and I think it's just a great way to live your life. You know, and it's liberating when you're not having to worry about the pressures of conforming to a certain way or a certain lifestyle or trying to like keep up with the Joneses or just be something that you're not, man. When you can go out there and like be yourself, it's just you're living, you know. Yeah. And I think that's probably the main difference.
Yeah, no, definitely a difference that a decade and a half makes. And last question for you, Kofi. We've had in the Rumble on Saturday and we wind down here. Talking about that growth of the New Day. I think it's super cool to see in the last, I think, year or two alone. You know, Woods has got his own music now. Big E's got his own music. We're not going back to the Boom. You said before, we spoke about a year ago. Boom is done. We're not bringing back SOS.
That's right.
Is there any interest in kind of exploring your own music and kind of getting your own theme at some point? I think that'd be pretty cool and kind of keep the New Day stuff for the New Day, or is that like, I mean, it's trivial stuff, but I was just curious.
Yeah, no, but it's not it's not trivial because I think that like music is so important. You know, your entrance theme is so important. Like that's the first thing that people hear. It sets the tone for what people are to expect, and then it should hype you up when you come out there. You should be feeling it, right? So, yeah, I think in order for me to have like a new theme, there's got to be like a reason, right?
True.
Like, for example, Woods becoming king, like that warranted his own music that was outside of the New Day, because he accomplished this incredible goal that he's had since he was a youth, and the coronation of that would include being able to come out and, just like, Woods has never had like a singles opportunity really in WWE. When he first came out, he was like R-Truth's best friend, and like even in TNA, I can say it now. I guess I can say TNA now because
the forbidden door is open.
Yeah, I didn't open it. Y'all opened it, not me. So when he was there, he wasn't really able to have like a true singles career. He was actually R-Truth's best friend in his debut at TNA too. Now it's like, I think a lot of people, and even when the New Day first came out, they thought that he was just a guy that stood on the outside of the ring playing the trombone. And he's so much more than that. He's an incredible performer. He is an incredible just talent on the mic. He's so creative. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Oh my God, like just talking about it. He is, just has the mentality that he's going to succeed, even with Up, Up, Down, Down, his YouTube channel that has over 2 million subscribers. That was his idea. He thinks different, and he always had the ability to attain success on his own, So, when he became King of the Ring, like, he did that because he campaigned for it. He put it out there in the universe. He worked towards it. That was his dream. That was his vision. That was his affirmation, and he did it. So, the crowning jewel, or the icing on the cake, is of course to be able to have his own individual music that he obviously had a lot of input in that music. Mega Ran is on it, who is a huge video game rapper. If you haven't looked him up, he has amazing music, but they're really good friends too. So you gotta have you gotta have your own music that means something to you. Obviously, same thing with E with his singles career. So for me, this is a very long way to get back around to your question, but it would have to be like there'd have to be some significance to it, For WrestleMania, actually, in 2019, when I won the WWE Championship, we actually were planning on having my own separate theme, which we worked on with Mega Ran and Wale. And, we had an amazing beat. And then, like, at the end of the day, it was killed, and they opted to go with the New Day music. And by they, I mean he who shall not be named. And you know who I'm talking about. But, it's all good. So, again, like, there just has to be a reason for me to do that. And it would have to fit. And I don't know. We'd have to see what the situation would bring.
Oh, makes perfect sense. But for now, we'll hear the New Day music on Saturday in the Royal Rumble match. It's going to be happening January 29th, 8 p.m. on Peacock. Kofi, thanks so much for the time, man. Always a blast talking to you. Best in luck in the match, and enjoy the games on Sunday with your son.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah. You gonna pull some flags, bro?
Yep.
Yeah. You gonna intercept some balls, bro? Yeah. You gonna score some touchdowns, bro? Some tugs, some tutties, huh? You gonna do a touchdown dance? Don't get a penalty now. You can't over celebration. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thanks, Kobe. Appreciate the time, man.
Right on, man. Thank you.